How you doing out there? This is monizay with you on the Rush Hour only on City FM89. And coming at you today from Karachi because I have a very special show planned. I have a very special guest on the show as well. We're going to be talking to Moin Khan. And Moin Khan, you might have read about him, you might have seen it on Facebook, you might have seen him on television in these past few days because he's been on quite the ride. He's been on a motorcycle, traveling the world, starting from San Francisco and trying to make his way to Lahore on a motorcycle, trying to, talk to people along the way and show them that, Pakistanis can be of all kinds and do all kinds of amazing things. So we're going to speak to him, so you're going to forward your questions on to me. 8989 is where you send them. And I was just told that he starts every day listening to this song, so I think we should start the show with this as well. This is Vital Signs with Dil Dil Pakistan.
Oh, sweet.
Alright, so that's... Alright, you're back here on the City FM89 Rush Hour. This is monizay. I'll be with you till 7 p.m. And with me today, a very special guest. Quite honored to have you on the show with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Moin Khan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, monizay. Hello, Pakistan.
Hello, hello. Can you hear yourself?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay.
Alright. So now, Moin, okay, so wait. I don't even know where to start. Because there's so many places one could start. Now, you're born and raised in Lahore.
Yes.
School, everything, doing your thing, being, being at home.
Lahori boy.
Being a Lahori boy. You make your way to college in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Yeah.
Where do you go to study?
I first started doing finance, and then I took a first class and I didn't like it. Then I thought I'd do automotive engineering,
Okay.
something to do with motorcycles and cars. Then I told my dad I'm gonna be a mechanic, and he's like, "Utthe jaake bhi mechanic hi banna hai." And then I switched to international business, and that's what I finished.
All right. Okay. So you studied. Okay. From all that, quite the long process of finding what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then what happened?
Quite some.
I think they want you to come closer to the mic. We're
Okay.
getting all these like gestures and hand waves and frantic things. I think
Okay.
we're having trouble here.
6 years in California. I had the best time of my life over there, and every day waking up to the news channels, the Western and the Pakistani news channels. Something bad about Pakistan every day. Lal Masjid and other stuff, and it just after 6 years it built up so much that I was like 170 million people in this country, and we can't have at least one person on the news doing something positive. So
Right.
just a group of friends, and I said I'm going on a motorcycle, and they're like, "Oye, pagal Pathan maar jayega." But I started to work, started saving up, and I'm in Karachi right now. This is amazing.
Okay, see, but now I think we've skipped a very important step. So basically, Moin Khan decided to get on a motorcycle and drive it from San Francisco to Lahore. That's like pretty much half of the world.
Yeah.
Exactly half of the world?
Almost, yeah.
Almost half the world.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle,
Yeah.
by yourself.
By myself.
Just going through countries and continents and meeting people and chatting with people, having, all kinds of different interactions, getting into accidents, all of this you were doing by yourself.
Yeah.
What day is it today?
I have no idea.
No,
but I think.
No, what is the number? How long has this been going on?
I've been calculating and posting pictures and stuff on Facebook by day 1, and
Right.
last I remember was like day 65 or something. Day I don't know,
when did you start?
165, 10th July.
Wow, okay, so
I'm lost now, but it's been almost 5 months and 15 days or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And let's just give people an idea of the route that you've taken.
Yeah, I started from Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, and I went up to Canada, Vancouver, and came down all the way to Chicago, then Toronto and New York. And I have no GPS or maps, no maps, no GPS whatsoever. So I was just asking around people where to go next, and they would just tell me, oh, Toronto is a cool spot to stop by, and I'm like, okay.
Just gonna follow that road sign.
Basically, yes, and I got lost many times, and I saw, because I was lost, I saw new states, and I'm happy I didn't have a map or a GPS, because if I had a GPS, I wouldn't get lost, and I wouldn't go to that state. So Pennsylvania was one of the states that I didn't plan at all to visit, but I ended up in the middle, like 4 hours off my track because I didn't have a GPS.
You should see my face. I wish people could see the face that I'm. This is a sincere face, and I'm just shocked. That okay. So what did you just? I have so many questions. I have so many even technicalities about this. But we have to take a very short break. We're going to come back. I have Moin Khan on the show with me, and we are asking him questions about his travels. The travels that really quite the epic journey they are. From San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, still on the path, still on the journey to Lahore. Stopping over here in Karachi, and the people listening in Lahore, you should pretty much, you know, get together for quite the welcome home, I think. We're going to come back after a break. We're going to listen to Poor Rich Boys' Alice. Friends of yours, you say?
Yes, this is my
great music.
favorite song, and Umar Khan, the vocalist, is just amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
So we're going to come back after the break with that. You guys stick around and you song Alice here on City FM89's Rush Hour. I'm monizay, today coming at you from Karachi, and we're speaking to my very special guest. We have Moin Khan in the studio with us. Moin, so you're telling us about this crazy journey. I mean, I call it crazy, but in the best of ways. Like I'm so inspired by this. Just yesterday we were talking about people's achievements during this past year and what you consider a personal milestone. Yeah. And then you show up, and you're like, oh, I got on a motorcycle and I rode it from San Francisco to Lahore, or on your way to Lahore. Yeah. And again, this is again coming back to the fact that you started it with the idea of putting a positive impression on just, you know, being from Pakistan, and you know, just tell us a little bit more about your journey now. What was your favorite spot?
Favorite spot has to be, you know, it was my dream to ride the Swiss Alps, all the high Alps. It was amazing. But even better was when random people took me home. This guy Phil Dawson in British Columbia, Canada. I was just filling up my bike with gas, with petrol, and he came and we chatted for like 5 minutes, and he took me home. His wife made me dinner, and I was just like shocked. And of course, before saying hello, I made a point telling everyone that I'm from Pakistan and I'm a Muslim. So I was pretty sure I'll get some, you know, some hatred, some
raised eyebrows.
Raised eyebrows. But I was wrong. So much love for Pakistanis out there. So much.
Well, I think the idea is that it's just love for people to people, you know, and I think people forget that because we watch too much news, sometimes you forget that the real thing is just a people-to-people connect, and sometimes, or I would even say most of the time, people don't care where somebody is from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think you're probably a good testimony to that. So then what happened?
From the route from New York, I shipped the bike to Germany, and I went to London for 3 weeks while the bike was on the ship.
Okay.
I thought I'll go stay with my cousin and save money on food, but when I got there, he was just as poor as I was, so I had to pay for his food for a few days.
So you were telling me that one of the ways that you saved for this trip, for this journey, was that you basically went on a very interesting diet. The diet. So it's like your relationship with food is what has suffered the most, I feel, in this.
I'm not a very big fan of you know, eating new, fresh, nice food or anything since forever. And then this trip changed it and made it even even better for me, maybe worse for you guys. But I was on a rice and ketchup diet for 18 months. Food is just way too expensive, and I hate burgers. So desi food in San Francisco is like $15 per meal, and you know, I was on a $1 a day meal, which was rice and ketchup.
That's just, I mean, and now you're going to Lahore.
Yeah, and I told my mom, she's like, what are you expecting for, you know, the final destination?
Right.
I was like, you know, you be there on the finish line with some parathas.
That's it, straight up. Where is the finish line?
The finish line is in Lahore. There's a website, parkwheels.com, has been helping me a lot, and they're doing a small event.
Okay.
The venue is still undecided, but 31st December, 3 o'clock, I will enter Lahore.
Okay.
And I would love to see all the Lahoris over there.
All of them.
All of them.
So just get there.
Pancho!
There you go. Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah.
My next question is, so you saved up, but how did you even budget this? How did you even think about how much this was going to cost you? Just, I mean, fuel itself and just staying, living, moving, eating, surviving, all of that taken into account. How did this work?
It was pretty weird. I don't know personally anyone who's done a world tour on a motorcycle ever, so I couldn't answer.
Yeah, neither do I. Oh.
So I couldn't ask anybody how to plan this.
Right.
And the last 18 months I was working minimum 12 hours a day,
Wow.
12 to 14 hours every day. So I didn't have time to do any sort of planning.
Right.
And so what I just did was I just calculated the mileage and the gas price in America at that time. I just multiplied that, and I planned it for 3 months, and I had money for 2 months. So it was really, really unplanned. No maps, no GPS, no prior experience on touring motorcycles or anything.
What did you have in your pocket?
When I was leaving, somebody said I need at least $40,000 to complete this trip.
Okay.
At least 40,000.
Right.
I left the house with $9,000.
Oh my God.
And I thought I don't know. I thought it's a 3-month thing. I'll stop somewhere in the middle, do some work,
Right.
get some money, and then head out again. But surprisingly, I don't know. I love credit cards.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, probably got sponsored by some credit card at this point.
I wish I had a sponsor, but yes, American Express is the best sponsor. Unlimited money, and then I just have
But
to.
you just have to pay it back.
I just have to find a way to pay it back.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's just crazy. It's amazing that you've done this without a sponsor.
Yeah.
First of all, we're gonna come back with more questions. People are sending in their questions. They're sending in a lot of love for you, actually. Telling you how proud they are of you. You can send in your text to 8989. We have Moin Khan on the show with us. He is traveling, still en route to Lahore from San Francisco on his motorcycle, and he's clearly sending Lahore a lot of love with his music selection. Next up, this is Jimmy Khan with Pehla Pyar. And what were you saying about this song?
This is the best song after Jazba Junoon, I think.
Aww, and you used it in a promo video.
Yeah, this was on my first intro video of A Different Agenda, and I love you, Jimmy Khan.
Here you go. Check it out, guys, and text in 8989. With Pehla Pyar here on City FM89. So Rush Hour, you're listening to me, Monizay, here with my special guest, Moin Khan, and we're talking to Moin about his epic journey through different continents. What have you traveled so far? You missed Africa, didn't you?
I did miss Africa. I would love to go there again. But I did 22 countries.
22 countries in
Pretty exciting.
3 months?
In 6 months.
6 months.
In 6 months.
Wow, 22 countries in 6 months. And so you're on your bike, and you just you wake up in the morning and you just start driving. Is that how it goes?
It's basically you drive right for 12 hours. You put up your tent, go to sleep in the morning. You wrap everything and keep going till you're tired or till it's dark, and then you camp out again.
Did you have a cell phone?
I had a cell phone in Germany for 5-6 days, and I would only talk to my parents.
Right.
And this was one of the things my mom was like, whatever country you enter, you buy a cell phone, give me your number. And she would call me 9 a.m. and then she would call me 9 p.m. Khana kaya, so gaye ho. So,
no matter which country,
no matter
what the time
country,
difference.
no, doesn't matter. She will wake up and call. Before going to sleep, she would call, and I think that was my parents have been my biggest support.
That's amazing. And what was the biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise was
what place or like any what area, anything that you
I'll have to say Romania. That's I heard such bad stuff about that country. People were like, don't leave your bike outside, you'll get stabbed, all sorts of crazy stuff, and you know, that is one country that showed the most love. I got into an accident over there. People sent parts from all over the world. The mechanic I found over there, Sorin, I think the coolest guy ever. He spent 4 days, 12 hours straight in the workshop. I was with him in the workshop. He fixed the whole bike, and then I'm like, you know, he's gonna ask for 500 euros for, you know, everything, and then 4 days later the bike is like almost brand new, and he says this is just a present from the Romanian motorcycle team, and I'm like, are you serious, man? Come on. And I felt bad too, because there's a, you know, 23rd March in Pakistan, it's a national holiday, the similar Independence Day holiday over there. He worked that whole day as well, and he's married with children, and still he, you know, took 4 days out from his busy schedule for just to fix my bike.
Did you find that anytime you just told people your story, they were just compelled by it? Is that what it was?
I think it's just a motorcyclist to another motorcyclist.
Okay.
I just got so much love from motorcyclists all over the world, and you know, the bike I chose is nothing extraordinary. It's a very cheap, difficult to ride bike, a very old bike, and because no one has done anything of, you know, this huge, this sort on this bike. People who ride touring bikes, people who ride racing bikes, people who ride dirt bikes, they all got together because they've never seen this bike go this far. So I got so much support from all over the, you know, all the bikers from around the world. So I think it was the bike, maybe a little bit, and then my silly videos that I posted on YouTube.
That's what I was going to ask about, that, how you kind of kept everything like updated and stuff, like every place you would go, would you just find a spot where you could just, I mean, because that's part of the journey, right?
Yeah, pretty much, you know. I think I would, before leaving, I was sure I was going to give up within, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, but Facebook has done such an amazing job. Every day I would, you know, whenever I get internet access, I'll put some videos on, and I'll get such a good response. People are like, we want more videos, you know. So every day while riding, I'll be like, you know, if I put this experience on Facebook, you know, somebody might just get inspired and head out on a motorcycle, and I'll get to sit on the computer and follow him, you know. But of course, I don't want everybody in Pakistan going on world tours, but, you know, start doing what you love, and I want to see you on a different agenda as well.
That's amazing. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about well, a lot of the questions that have come in, people want to know about visa restrictions or any issues that you had in that department, how many miles you did. We're going to come back with all that and more. We're just going to take a short break. You guys can text in. This is the Rush Hour with 89 Rush Hour, where we're speaking to Moin Khan about his very brave journey from San Francisco to Lahore on a motorcycle. Lots of questions, Moin, coming at you now. Please tell us about this bike. Everybody wants to know. I think the men with a dream to do the same kind of thing want to know the specs of this machine.
It's a very old bike. It's a 2002 Honda CBR 600 F4i. It was discontinued in, I think, 2006. I think it was one of the most successful Honda bikes, but it's a purebred racer. You're supposed to sit on it, race on a racetrack for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then you should park it. It's very uncomfortable. It goes really fast, but it's very, very uncomfortable, and I think I'll find out about how uncomfortable it is after a week of
when you finally stop.
Because you know, bits and pieces in my body still hurt, but there's so much love for motorcycles that you know, a little bit of uncomfortable bike is okay.
Okay, and now speaking of hurting, what happened on this trip as far as you had a very nasty accident?
Yeah, I had actually a few accidents. The first one was in Germany.
Whose fault was it?
The first one, you know, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. The biker is the one who gets hurt. The first one was in Germany, close to Munich. It was just a hailstorm. Ole parde the, and I was really slow. I was like less than 45-50 in a turn, and the bike just slipped. The rear tire just slipped, and I smacked in a guardrail. I have a picture of the bike on my legs and me under the guardrail, and the police is taking my picture. And the second crash was in Romania. The guy coming from the opposite direction took an illegal left turn, and I went straight into him. Then I flew about 65 feet, exactly like Superman. Amazing feeling, but don't
don't
try it at home.
Yeah.
But you know, the guy was. They took the driver, the car driver, to the police station. The car driver admitted it was his fault, and in Romania it's a law and he didn't have insurance. So in Romania there's a law that if you don't have insurance, you will have to sell your belongings. You will have to sell your house to pay off the person involved in your accident if it's your fault. And I actually, you know, this trip is just a small part of my life, but that house, that his belongings are his life. So just because of my small, you know, 6-month trip, I couldn't take away his house or anything. So I told the police I had to give a written report that I forgive this guy and I don't need anything from him. Wow. And I think because of that, Alamia has been so kind. You know, I didn't have to pay for the hospital bill. I didn't have to pay for the bike parts. I didn't have to pay the bike mechanic. Everything has been taken care of, and I have no idea who's paying.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just like that.
Just like that. Yes. The hospital manager just came out of the blue and said, my debit card wasn't working that day.
Wow.
For some reason. I told him, is there an account number I can transfer money later on?
Right.
And he's like, oh, here's the account number, but you won't be the first Romanian who doesn't pay the hospital bill. And I'm like, are you serious? And he just winked and left, and I was like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy, but that's amazing too. Now, people want to know about how you any travel issues, visa issues. How did you make it so that you could get into, how many would you say, 22 countries, right? 22
countries and no visa issues, and that's only because I'm a dual national, and you know, the blue passport I have is has a lot of opportunity. You know, I want to thank for the blue passport, but without that it wouldn't have been possible.
Right.
The US passport, 6 months entry with the bike and myself in the European Union.
Right.
No issues whatsoever. Turkey border, blue passport, stamp inside. And then after that I had to hide it somewhere before I enter Iran.
Right.
And then the Pakistani passport, Zindabad, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. So that's just so like natural. But tell me now, what have been, somebody actually asked this, what is the most important life lesson that you've learned on your journey?
The most important life lesson, it's very simple. My chacha, when I was, I think, 10 years old, he told me I would always bring some new stupid thing in my house. I once brought a guitar, an electric guitar with a big amplifier. Then I bought a drum kit, and I wanted to be Slash one day and John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, the drummer. And my chacha said, you know, I was like, I'm very close to my chacha, and I told him, you know, I want to be this drummer, this guy. And he's like, you know, you can be whatever you want, but promise me that you'll be the best at it.
Right. And
you will only be best at it if you love that thing you want to do. And you know, I think if I didn't love motorcycles or Pakistan with this much passion, I would have given up long time ago. So do what you love. Don't care about what others are doing. Don't copy anybody else. Just do what you love, and you will be successful no matter what.
Right. You feel successful?
I feel very successful. Not just because I'm sitting on FM89 right now. But,
that's pretty special.
But it is special, of course. But success to me was you know, very easy when you know, Americans, Canadians, or Europeans took me home. Emails I'm getting from them. This teacher from Canada emailed me that she teaches this 2 or 3 grade students, and every day before the class starts, for 10 minutes they discuss a different agenda, where Moin Khan is today and where he's going, and all the kids know 22 more new countries they never heard about in grade 2, you know. And all these Gora kids are growing up with a positive image of Pakistan, and that was the main idea.
A Different Agenda is your initiative.
Yes, and you can follow it on Facebook, just write a different agenda, no spaces.
No spaces in a different agenda.
Just keep it simple.
And what is the where does it go from here once you get to Lahore?
So this was my 2011 project, telling the world we are just like you, peace-loving, simple people. And for 2012, I would like to invite all the bikers from all over the world to Pakistan.
Wow.
And I have a plan for that. You know, keep following the Facebook page. You'll get updates very soon. And I want all the bikers that were following me, that weren't following me, I want to invite them to Pakistan. And I have a very, very special way how to invite them. So let's hope they come here.
Moin Khan, I wish you all the best.
Thank you
we
so
all
much.
do. And we thank you for coming on the show. Good luck. And your little bit of travel left, right?
Yes, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You're getting home at 3 p.m. on the 31st of December. I hope a lot of Lahore turns up to say hello and welcome you back. And thank you for taking this initiative.
Thank you so much. Lahore mein aa rahe hain, tusi pahuncho.
Get there, guys. 3 p.m. on the 31st of December. Moin's last request. This is Sajjad Ali with Bolo Bolo. That was so good. We have recorded this.